And I guess my kind of question is, do you have a suggestion in terms of not only the frequency, but I can't think of the right word, the largeness, apologies, the grandeur of it all, I guess, what size the goal or timing. I'm just curious your thoughts on goals and setting them.
All right. So let's segregate goals from habits though.
Oh.
Or goals from resolutions. If you look up the word resolution, it just simply means a decision to do something. So goals are basically targets that we're trying to hit along the way to get to where we want to go. So we have a destination, and we want to get to that destination. So let's say, for example, when Eden was a baby, we drove out to the east coast of Canada, Prince Edward Island. It was a 3-day drive. We drove 8 hours a day. So our first goal was to get to Quebec City, Quebec, in time for dinner, because she was only 2 and we had to get there and have dinner, get her set, all that stuff. And then the next goal was to get to Fredericton, New Brunswick. And then the third goal was to get to Halifax, to get to the Confederation Bridge so we could cross over to Prince Edward Island. So we had 3 goals along the way to our ultimate destination. Okay, so those are goals. Okay, now you're going to need to form habits, goal achieving habits that are going to move you towards the goal. So very common. Let's say anybody's in sales. Okay. One goal achieving habit you're absolutely going to have to form is what I call calling and contacting habits. Calling and contacting prospects and customers, and constantly reaching out and calling and contacting people to generate leads, to generate customers, and generate sales. So that would be a goal achieving habit. So the goal, let's say, is to earn X amount of dollars, in a week, in a month, in a year, in a quarter, whatever you determine.
Yep.
But then I have to form habits that get me to that goal. So if I want to start earning more money, a great habit to form is start getting up earlier in the morning, because it just makes my day that much longer and I'm more productive. The earlier I get up, the more productive that I am. So that would be a habit that leads to the goal. So the first thing you do is you make a list of your wants, all the things you want, all the potential goals, and then you pick one goal. Okay, so I was going to Prince Edward. I couldn't go to Quebec City and Fredericton at the same time. I got to go one, and then the next one, and the next one. So you focus on one goal at a time. So I decided this is where I'm going. Then you go, all right, now what habits do I need to form? What resolutions, what decisions do I need to make that these are the habits that I'm going to form that are going to help me get to the goal much more effectively? Okay. So a resolution is simply a decision. Forming a habit is a decision. Okay. You've got to form discipline. And discipline is the ability to give yourself a command to follow a habit. And you give yourself a command and then you attempt to keep that. You make that decision and attempt to keep it. You have to do that every single day. Every day you have to make a decision and attempt to keep it. Every day. You just keep doing it every day. Sometimes you might have to do that 10 times in a day. You might have to tell yourself 10 times a day to do the thing you're wanting to start doing. And you got to, through repetition, you program, this is one of the arts to this, is you program your subconscious mind with a command. Same way when you're little, your parents, Aaron, told you to do stuff over and over and over. Today I was trying to get Eden to bring her, she likes to accumulate dishes up in her loft bedroom.
No.
Yeah, well, she's 17, right? I go, Eden, can you bring down the dishes? I'm doing the dishes. I think I called like 5 times. Like, it takes repetition. So that's the difference. Goals, and then you form habits to achieve the goal.
And then add the discipline in there too. I'm like, it's not overwhelming. I understand it. It's a lot of work, but work that I can get behind. You lay it out in an achievable way. It makes me feel like it's small steps and achievable. It's achievable. So thank you.
Yeah, well, but it doesn't have to be a lot of work though. Literally, you can probably prep your mind within about 5 or 10 minutes a day.
That's a challenge.
First thing in the morning, you write out an affirmation. You're affirming you're already doing what it is you want to start doing. I'm so happy and grateful that when I get up, I wake up and I go to the gym to exercise. Let's say that's it. That's my affirmation. And so I'll write that out a few times in the morning, right? And then at night, I give myself a command. Tomorrow morning, when I get up, the first thing I'm going to do is head to the gym and exercise. And so I'll write that command out a few times at night. Last thing before I go to bed, turn off the lights with that command in my mind. And then in the morning, I get up and I attempt to keep it. And so 5 minutes in the morning, write it out a few times. 5 minutes at night, give yourself a command a few times, and then just attempt to keep the decision. The key thing is don't give yourself a hard time when you don't keep the decision. Just go, I didn't do it today, but I'm going to do it again tomorrow. You don't judge or criticize yourself. You make a game out of it. Just try to build up a streak of one day in a row.
I like that. Make a game out of it, because I was like, oh yeah, the shame storm,
Yeah.
the criticism. That's what sets in as soon as I like that.
That's one of the primary reasons people fail is they criticize themselves when they drop the ball.